Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You are at the Cryptopolitan. I'm Satoshi Sean. Glad you're here. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button and the bell for notification. We get news videos out every single day, at least one a day. Sometimes two. If there's breaking news, we'll do a report on that, and we get you out a weekend report too. Whether you are subscribed or not, please crush that like button. It really helps us out. We're trying to grow the channel, so really subscribe if you. We really appreciate it if it's your first time here. Let's jump into things. First, I want to go over a scam that's something that's a little shady. Dance Entertainment is a Russian-based entertainment company that they're starting up like a Netflix kind of streaming thing, but they're doing it on a crypto platform, and they're going to have a crypto involved with it. Now, I'll tell you, the person that wrote this article really must hate them, because it's pretty harsh. But there are some facts that I wanted to go over. Um, if you don't know who it is, Dance is a mediocre media company that sole purpose is to copy blockbuster movies and ruin them with their twisted point of view. They tend to make TV shows that are hard to even find at the bottom of a Netflix trash can, which they heavily copyright within Russia, so they're not sued by if they're aired elsewhere. There are strong allegations that the company is government sanctioned, and they partake in censoring and getting rid of freelance movie makers. What they do, they make a copy. It's really bad. They make a copy of another person's content, and they copyright it in Russia. Then they put in copyright infringement complaints to YouTube or other platforms, and actually get the original content either taken off. But the main goal is that YouTube will demonetize, or the other platform will demonetize the actual person who made the content, and then all that money would go to them, to this company. It's sinister, but it's evilly brilliant. If you use anything without a copyright, and the person who or the company makes a complaint to YouTube, all the money from ads and so on can actually go to them. Like, I used to have a Beastie Boys song in my intro, and they actually made a complaint to YouTube. So, like, a bunch of my videos, any ad revenue goes to Def Jam Records and to the Beastie Boys, which I don't care. I thought it was cool that they gave a damn. But so that's one of the bad things. Now, they if you go to their website, we checked it out. There is a threat of a phishing software that's on the website. So it's definitely looks like something shady. It's something you should really watch out for if you are looking into to Dance. When it comes to Russian cinema, there's really only three things you need to know. It's Night Watch, good versus evil, light versus darkness over thousands of years, and then Day Watch, sequel to Night Watch, awesome, but the best Russian movie ever made. It's not Fiddler on the Roof or Dr. Zhivago or any of that stuff. Guardians. It's kind of a ripoff of Avengers. It's Avengers, but that's Russian. They're Russian Avengers. They're super Russian.
Coming back for all of us.
Our experimental laboratory designed special gear to increase your performance.
Where's mine?
Game is on, cards are dealt, my darling king.
Yeah, that was a bear with a machine gun. What's more Russian than a bear with a machine gun? Best Russian movie ever made. Next, go over IEOs, the IEO boom that's happened in the past few months. And it seems that Singapore and the USA are really dominating the IEO launchpad market. If you look at the IEOs from Binance and other platforms. Singapore doubling everybody, and then USA and China are falling, right there, are coming up behind them. And it's really it's helping because of the ICO boom. How it really was a negative when it came to the space. Um, Now with China and South Korea, they really see IEOs as more of a legitimate form of raising capital, but it puts a lot more pressure on those exchanges because they really are putting their reputation on the line by hosting that IEO, which is one of the reasons why countries like China and South Korea are finding it a lot more appealing because of that. Next, we're gonna go over Coin Jazeera. This site's pretty cool. It's fake news, but it's kind of like the Onion. If you know what the Onion is, it's all satirical and it's hilarious. Um, it's doing very well. It's kind of exploding. You should check it out if you want to have a good laugh. I went over there and there's stories like Ethereum's not production. Anyway, like Ethereum's is at halt because Vitalik found out what sex is. Just lots of goofy stuff like that. Funny stories. And it's all produced as like real news, but it's all funny. Um, Block.One is Block.One, not Block.One. It's kind of Block.One. Block.One is a new Twitter for crypto and blockchain sphere. It's like it's built on EOS. It is like a Facebook slash Instagram that's coming out, so it's going to be a decentralized alternative. Not a lot's being said about it. Brock Pierce is involved in it, who is part of Block.One with EOS, but it looks like it's going to be pretty big. There's some big investors in Germany, and also I think PayPal's involved with it. So it's going to be pretty huge. There is a token involved with the platform, but the token will not be tradable off the platform, from what I've researched on it. So I'm looking forward to finding out what it's going to be, especially with Facebook and Facebook Coin coming out. Just to have some kind of alternative is going to be pretty cool. Next is going over blockchain app ideas that everyone should know about. First and foremost is wallet apps, and some of the really good ones like Abra. If you don't know anything about Abra, you should check into it. It's revolutionary when it comes to investing. It's bringing stock investing, crypto investing. It's crypto-backed stocks, and you can get stock pieces of stock instead of having to buy like an entire Apple stock, which some poor guy in Africa and India couldn't afford to buy an entire share of Apple. But using a Bitcoin-backed vehicle, he could buy like a quarter share of Apple, and it's all backed by Bitcoin and crypto. So it's really really cool idea. Real estate, it's another huge thing for blockchain as far as like land registry, putting stuff on the blockchain so that even if governments fall or governments change, that corruption can't change that blockchain. Transportation sector, which I went to a meetup for Apollo in Austin, and Bitcoin Ben. I don't know if you know who Bitcoin Ben is. He has a YouTube channel. He's a nice guy, funny guy, and he's also a truck driver. And we had a few beers around the pool, and him and it was someone from Apollo. But it was funny seeing smart people drunk, because they usually hang out with dumb people when they get drunk. But they started talking about blockchains and supply chain logistics and transportation, and like we can make a blockchain to do, and it was just insane what they came up with. But transportation and supply chain logistics is just amazing. Education sector, I've talked about storing, grades, data, all, lesson plans itself, all on the blockchain. Pretty amazing. Just some of the things that real use cases that blockchain and DAPPs are doing right now. It makes you really excited about the future and where blockchain's going. And last, go over stablecoins and how the usage is just exploding this year. It's not really just Tether. There's a lot of other alternatives to Tether stablecoin. The bulk price of stablecoins have grown massively this year. Unlike the way it was anticipated in the industry, that the use of stablecoin is like a normal hedge against the predictability of Bitcoin instead of real use. But I think that stablecoins are what really is going to push mass adoption because it's a true cryptocurrency. It's not a speculative currency. If you want to go buy your lunch, you know that if you have a sandwich and a soda and some chips, it's going to cost you 1.5 or 3.5 of these stable coins today, tomorrow, the next day. Whereas with Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything else, literally the price could double in 2 or 3 days. You could have it for half of an Ethereum, the next day it could be a quarter an Ethereum, the next day it could be half Ethereum. You know what I mean? The volatility is not there. It's an actual cryptocurrency because it's stable, and also it's something that merchants want to take because of the same reason. So that's why I think that stablecoins are really exploding. That they have a definite real use case, but I think that transparency is very important with them because so much faith is going to need to be put in them when it comes to merchants and corporations and companies, even just merchants in general, just mom and pop restaurants and businesses that are going to take this currency. They have to be able to trust it, and you have to have transparency for that. That is about it for today. Happy Friday, by the way. It is June 7th. It was nice hanging out with you. I'll hit you up with the weekend report. Please leave me a comment. Don't forget to crush the like button. You guys take care. I'm Satoshi Sean. I'll see you in the next video.